All right, number 7 of the ITSE standards states digital citizen or is digital citizenship advocate. It states coaches model digital citizenship and support educators and students in recognizing the responsibilities and opportunities inherent in living in a digital world. 7A specifically says inspire and encourage educators and students to use technology for civic engagement and to address the challenges to improve their communities. Now on this one, this is one that this year, every year we hold an open house for our engineering academy. This year, because of COVID, everything went digital. So I think this is a great use of showing how to use technology for that civic engagement, trying to get kids excited about their futures and the possibilities of the engineering academy for them. What we did is it was a whole huge process that we went through. The first thing we did is we got a hold of a bunch of our alumni from our engineering academy. This is our 14th year of the engineering academy. We have students, former students that work for Lockheed Martin. If you don't know what Lockheed Martin is, that's an engineering company that designs airplanes and all that for the government. I mean, it's an amazing position that the student is in. But we have students all over the country going to great places. We are working at great places, going to great schools. We have students at MIT, just everywhere. So with that, we had some questions that we asked those alum and had them do video recordings of their answers. And then we had those videos where you can share those videos with prospective students to our academy. So we did that. We went on and created for the sophomore year, which I teach in the sophomore year, we created videos about the sophomore year, about that experience, along with the freshman, the junior, and the senior years. We had panel discussions. We hosted live panel discussions where we had current and former students, again, sitting in those panel discussions where people that interacted with us via Zoom can come in there and just ask questions. The students and parents could ask questions of our current students and of us, and just have a nice little panel discussion. We had several sessions of that. In the end, we ended up, as it says in the paper here, we ended up with 142 applicants to our academy, and we have actually on the paper, it's just we're processing that, but we have now actually accepted or it's 96 students have accepted and joined the academy for next year. So we're really happy with that. Not everybody chose to come, but several did, and it's just a great use of Zoom and the technology to do that, to try to get those students excited about their community and some of the things they can do in the engineering academy to better their community. So that's one of the things we did there. Okay, digital citizenship or digital citizen advocate 7C states support educators and students to critically examine sources of online media and identify underlying assumptions. So what I tied this to was the current class I'm working on right now, the research class. For the research class, we definitely had to go in there and examine our sources to find good sources and credible sources, peer-reviewed sources. So with that, oh goodness, I know I went through 20 or more resources for this, and I narrowed it down to, I believe I have 6 resources I'm actually using in the paper, and I think some really good resources with some good information on them. So I definitely think for me this has been huge. I worked on a master's class, goodness, about 20 years ago, and when it got to the research class, I dropped the master's program because it's just something I've never been good at enough and something that I've always struggled with. But through this class and taking it in small chunks, I really feel that I've done, I think, a really good job. I'm really proud of what I've came up with this. I hope it's going to turn out as well here in 2 or 3 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks when this is all over. But I think it's really turning out to be very good. I did some research that I was kind of excited about in my classroom, with kind of a flipped classroom format, and things are going really, really well. So this is definitely, I think, a good one that's going to help me grow in the future.